The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First down, Vic. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Vic readies to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play, Vic DeMoss, 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Eagle. Hey, Q9.
Vic operating on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, 49ers. In for the score. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Down in man.
Now a handoff looking right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. On 1st down, Wentz finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now they try the right side here. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Black. Run. Great. Black, come on.
On second down, here's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Wentz going to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Eagle. Hey, 52.
On 2nd down, Vick again. Shakes off the sack. Escaping the pressure right. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Vick will look to throw on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, Vic. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Base 52. Alpha. Stay with your man.
A first down throw coming for Vic. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
White 20! White 20!
A second down throw for Vic. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Eagle.
Vic to the air again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Well, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And they'll go on the ground. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down.
Let's go. Run. Black, come on.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing,
Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
46 down, man. 5-4.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wins to throw on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. And got his man complete. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Vick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Let's go, base 52. Orange.
It'll be Vick once more. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the 1st half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Eagle 44.
They'll throw again. Here's Vick. Man open. It's Moss complete. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Again, it's Vick. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
82.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It's taken to the 26. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He got 29 yards that time. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he... lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Vic now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. In for the score. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out. And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Trash.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
Facts.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man, it's Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Facts.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
What?
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty
That
veterans.
matters how
You
they
get up
took
in your
my
30s, you're still playing receiver, but
Do
you're
what?
around that long at that position, you're doing something right. Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Yes, settling.
Ram, ram. Run.
Throwing now is Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Fighting to stay up, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half. I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience. Yeah. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage again to 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Yeah, bro.
They
You
face
got hit
a
with the
3rd and
blicky.
4 after that last completion.
One coming backside. Oh my God.
So we've hit half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Run. 81, 81.
Wentz now on 1st down. And incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just now trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%.
Cam ain't like
He's
that.
under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement.
Don't kill Cam ain't like that.
He might be a little dinged up, and it's just trying to pull
Reaction.
through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And
Bro, you was
incomplete on the
crouching,
deep
the
ball.
whole
Keenan Allen, the intended receiver.
You didn't
and it'll
move.
bring up 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Again, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And Allen's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a 1st down. Now Wentz.
Oh, yeah, we lost.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield.
If we start on A side,
whether you're playing man or zone, eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. The last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly cool.
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Vick to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. As his guys are in for 6, and the 49ers continue to roll. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time out,
you took time to get that headshot.
Turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points.
Fuck you laughing at, boy?
Recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do.
You laugh.
In the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them.
Well, you just did, dummy.
Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain.
Ain't not
so
that nigga behind me, boy.
Start over and rebuild
oh, watch out.
Confidence.
No, I'm not.
Now they try the right side here. And he tried to bounce it
They
outside,
just got
but they'll
hooked
stop
up.
him behind the line. It'll go as a
So
loss
bitch,
of
don't
a
ever
yard,
come behind me and
it'll
try to
set up
stand
third
there,
down.
boy.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. This one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah,
You
and
be so late, bro.
Right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The 15 yards through
Niggas
the
ain't
air
real.
on a first down.
That's all.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the
Yes,
last
thank you.
drive, but they're moving now.
I did
with
have your
first
back.
and 10.
Just a little late. I was there, though.
They'll run it here.
Oh, why ain't you have my back? Mr.
Take
MVP.
him down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards
Ouch.
there and another
Get
first
see.
down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for
behind
big
who?
runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another
You
first
did.
down with that
You about to
run.
die, bro.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their
Doing
first,
that
so
bitch
2
like you was
remaining.
Spider-Man,
As they
boy.
burn one here in this
Oh.
third quarter.
Y'all rushing
Still
they
in
spawn.
search
They
of
about
their
to flip
first
it.
touchdown of the game, but they're on the
Y'all
move.
tripping.
First and 10.
Fuck them. Yeah, fuck they spawn. Yeah.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left, and that's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on
Oh,
offense, you
get
just
that-
can't shake
oh.
anyone free. They
Nigga
try their
just
best
snuck
to
me.
find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Run.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Trey.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Vic operating on first down. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Oh, my God.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Vic now from the 50. He's going to rifle one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
He in there, in the building.
A big play, Vic DeMoss, and even 50 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
I got a hit marker, though.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Oh, Ron coming up. Ron coming in.
Vic to the air again. His pass caught at the 4. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage.
Oh, my God. He came from by the computers.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now?
Right?
Having thrown
Why running that way?
Do you alter your offensive strategy?
It is.
Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
You're telling me it ain't a spot for it?
Now a handoff looking right. And not a whole lot doing there. He'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Stop talking.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So here's Vic following the interception. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
On second down, Vic again. He'll rifle this one deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
46 down, man, 5-4.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. On third and long, it's Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. Vic on second down. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Please flash them. Check. Oh.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Wentz to throw on second down. And some room to work. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, they got it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Tyler. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And to the right side here, it's Allen.
And now running right through him. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on first is Wentz. And an alley to run. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Dancing to his left. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Here we go. Check it, look. Check the call.
On 3rd down, Vic. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. From the gun, Vic. Taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That good for 19 and a 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. And quickly, they get to the line. Now they try the right side here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Lion.
And they'll go on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A good pickup there at 22. Now they're going to throw it here with Vic. Flushed out right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles. And the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So for Charles Davis, You